Welcome back to the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty, where today we continue our home stretch, this time hosting 21 ranked Utah, who are 4-0 to start this year. But this is the same Utah Utes team we massively upset last season. Utah is coming in here riding a high of 4 straight wins, including a 49-10 demolishing of the Pandas last week. They beat Utah State 56-14. They did, however, play 2 close games against Arkansas and Illinois. But your Cardinal are the king of close games. 27-24, we got the win over Hawaii. We did let the Liberty game slip away with a 21-point fourth quarter, but then we played another close game against Wyoming, 28-14, where our defense scored the same amount of points as the Cowboys. But I'm not too sure how lucky we're going to get on defense, as Julian Sayin, the sophomore quarterback here for Utah out of Carlsbad, California, has almost 1,000 passing yards, 10 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions on the season, 68% complete. At running back, they got Mike Mitchell averaging 5 yards a rush and already has 5 touchdowns on the year. At receiver, Zipperer is their leading receiver with 340 yards, though they also look for Nico Wynn fairly often. Both of those receivers have 3 touchdowns on the season. And on defense, they just get it done as a unit. A lot of tackles spread out throughout. Tackles for a loss, same way. But when it comes to sacks, you got to look out for John Henry Daly. 6.5 sacks already this season. And at corner, Smith Snowden with 3 interceptions. And as for the kicking game, well, it's been pretty good so far for Bryce Keating, with 6 of 6, long of 46. But Utah also has to deal with this rushing attack that has 3 guys getting the job done. 6.8 for Parrish, 5.8 for Irvin, and 4.8 for Dog. And on defense, we got an edge rusher too to look out for, Tavaru Tafiti. And we saw the first start for Sony Fotu last game, and he already racked up 2.5 sacks. At safety, Donald Camp is another guy here with 3 interceptions. But now is time to get Pac-12 football officially underway this season, and to do so for your Cardinal, we've got Flintoff with the kick, as it will end up being returned here from Utah to around the 15 and get stopped. It will be the defense heading out from there. And of course, this defense coming off a phenomenal game last week. They really were rock solid from beginning to end. We're going to need that here, as saying we'll start with a quick dump off, tight end screen denied by Sony Fotu. It took him just 2 plays to make an impact in his opener, his career opener, just 1 play here in his second. We got motion from the tight end, as they will look for the running game, and clogging the middle, though, breaking the tackle and bouncing it to the outside. Mitchell, he breaks another. Roseboom eventually drags him down. Cannot be giving up plays like that here against 21 ranked Utah. That play should have been dead to right. So they go back to Mitchell. There's the play made by Williams. He's one of our junior linebackers. We'll see him in the 4-4 package. But as they come out with a spread look here, he heads off, 2nd and 12. They go back to the running game. Ume gets the tackle. And now a chance for the defense to get off the field with a 3rd and 7. Tafiti trying to provide pressure, but it's Fotu. And that 3.5 sacks for him in not even 5 quarters of play. We should have started him week 1. Or I guess actually more like week 0, as that was when we got the season underway. But an impressive start from the freshman nonetheless. And the offense can get to work here at the 31. Again, that running game has really become the focus of this offense. Irvin starts him off with a strong move. Just gets back to the line. So 2nd and 10 then. Brown goes 2 to the left, Haddad to the right-hand side. as they will look to throw. He dumps this one off for Parrish, who gets the catch. First down with a gain of about 12. He's kind of started to take over as that number 1 running back, though still going with a 3-headed attack. It's now Keenan to the outside with a nice little juke move, showing the speed as the true freshman picks up another first. Of course, he had the big punt return last week for the Cardinal. Really sparked their second half. First and 10 here, Irvin back in at running back as he tries to follow Baklenko. Didn't have any desire to go get a block, and now Cedric Irvin is shaken up on the play. Coach Bearington has been pretty lucky throughout his time here with the Cardinal. Injuries haven't been much of a problem. Hopefully that one is a quick recovery. Second and 2. Harris checks in as he tries to stretch this one all the way to the outside. He will find the first down out of the 26. Really strong burst of speed there from the running back, setting him up here at the 26. Trips go to that right-hand side as they let things develop. They're looking for Bachmeier with a catch out of bounds. Really good placement there from Brown. Unfortunately, receiver couldn't make the play. And a new running back checking in here, Joshua, on the split backfield. He's losing 5. He's been the kick returner the last couple seasons. Nowhere to run on that one. 3rd and 15. About the extended range here of Elliott, and under pressure just throwing that one away. And I'm pretty sure I said of Elliott. Etienne is the kicker here for the Cardinal as he'll look to put them on the board. Pushes it wide right. He had the power, but the accuracy no good. He's missed a couple on the year, and what was a promising drive there for the Cardinals stalls out, no points. 0-0 remains your scoreline here in Palo Alto. As the Utes take over on offense, they'll look for a pass here, play 1. To Feedy, he'll get a hit in, but quarterback gets it out. Coat will get out there to get the tackle, but it does go as a gain of 8, bringing up 2nd and 2. Still sitting back in shotgun, Sayan and Mitchell. Gonna motion over their tight end to the left-hand side. Defensive line shifts that way, and they go read option. To Feedy will catch up to him as well as Asher. But it does go as a first down for the Utes, just by the 45. Going back to the run game, no play action. Getting it to their tight end, Rico Coat with a quick tackle. It was the athleticism that really helped out this defense last week. They were flying around, they were stuffing runs with it. Look to see a little bit more of that this week. As under pressure, the edges combine. Not sure if they're going to split that one. Technically, Fotu did grab an ankle, but Tafidi was the main guy there. 3rd and 15. They check it with a draw. It's easily denied from the Cardinal defense. It will be a punt forced. So this one picking up exactly where we left off last year. 1st and 10 of the 17. Cardinals trying to set up a stretch. Parrish corralled. As mentioned earlier, that last season's game was very defensively focused. Same way to start here. Keenan once again on the screen does pick up the first. We'll see if any explosive offensives start to show their way here. In the rain with the final play of the first quarter. It's a jet sweep. Borden turns it up, getting slammed down by Madden. It's a gain of 3. Well, that does end a very defensive first quarter. With a 0-0 score line to start the second, we got a 2nd and 7 at the 30. Brown letting the play develop here, though under pressure and dropped. First sack of the game here for the Utah Utes brings up a 3rd and 10. Hard count, no one jumps for Brown. As they look to set up a passing play, it's picked off. Jumping the curl. Absolutely great play made by the corner. And unfortunately for Brown, that does extend his streak of games to start the year with at least 1 turnover. 1st and 10. Starting with a run. Quick pursuit. Fotu with the tackle. Stepinski couldn't even get back to the line before the left end, or actually right end, coming off the left side of the offensive line, got there. Mitchell now, he extends it, but Fotu's back again. This guy is insane. He's a redshirt freshman out of Georgia, and he's looking some of these seniors out here look silly. With a 3rd and long, they go back to the draw to Stepinski. Will be a field goal attempt, though. Or actual correction on the name is Stepnoski, not Stepninski or whatever I said before. So correction on that, my apologies. But the field goal is no good. The score remains 0-0 here in Palo Alto. Keating misses his first attempt on the year. He was a perfect 9 of 9 prior to. Perhaps the weather playing an effect in on this one, and maybe even with the running game as well. For the offense that has averaged a good amount, they're not finding it here. Good news though, Cedric Irvin checking back into this game. As they've got Buck open to the left side, he couldn't stay in bounds. So with a short gain, a quick third down here, needing 7. Hard count. We do get the end to jump. They don't give us the penalty. We got an open Haddad who turns, but does not find the first. That's where having that penalty really would have helped out, but the offense does stay out here. It's the wing T, all 3 running backs. Montrell Dog down the middle. He will pick up that first down. With the limited success we've seen today, perhaps that's a good thing for the offense to try as they go with another run. That time, Irvin, he picks up 2. 2nd and 8 for 2 in the backfield here in Brown. Looking to set up another play, getting this one to the outside. Buck runs underneath it. Runs through one of the DBs, not the second. And still needing to find a gain of 1 here. 3rd down, Montrell Dog, the lone back. He follows the blocks and he picks up about 2. Really has been nothing fancy for either of these offenses. Just trying to find what works in this one. Quick throw going to the tight end, and Buck a little bit behind him. Gets a gain of 5. The good news that time for Brown, as the throw was behind, there was no defender close to it. So 2nd and 5, going back to the running game here. Parrish maybe squeezes out a yard. Had pretty quick flow from the backside. So 3rd and 4. Empty set here for the Cardinal as they will look to pass. Buck tipped away. And once again, outside of field goal range here, the offense stays on out. They feel like they're too close to punt this one. And now 2 players move, but it looks like they're gonna get Buck on this one. And with that, probably a punt. Oh, it definitely wasn't a good punt. Ball maybe travels 15 yards past the line of scrimmage. So starting at the 30, Mitchell on the handoff. He will put together a gain of 4. And with that, we find the 2-minute warning here. Both offenses sticking to what they do, but it's the defenses shutting them down. As here comes Tafiti again, not a sack fumble. They say that arm was moving forward. But also to note on that play, Ume came up a little bit shaken up. The 5-star DT Cantwell checks in here for 3rd and 6. He gets double teamed, but it sets up Tafiti on the single block. He's racking up sack after sack this season. So with 1:10 left here in the first half and still a 0-0 scoreline, can the Cardinal finally crack that scoreboard? Well, starting with a pass here. They dump it off to Parrish and it's through his hands. So it definitely appears like the rain having an effect across the board here today. We've had 2 missed field goals, 1 for each side. As they look for Buck here, who gets the catch. Good block there from Parrish. And we're down inside the 35. Buck, well, he missed the plays last drive. He makes a big one there. 1st and 10. Bunch goes to the right-hand side here for Brown, who steps up in the pocket, though, fumbles. And it looks like Utah's come away with it. Turnovers just keep killing these drives here for the Cardinal. A perfect opportunity there goes by the wayside. Inside a minute left here in the first half. Going downfield, and Ramos can't jar it away. Though he did play that one pretty well. Ume is back out there, so an update on that injury. With the 1st and 10 here, looking to pass the ball. Utes nearly get picked off by Richardson. It's through his hands. But if he was able to hold on to that one, that might have been a house call. Empty set here for 2nd and 2. 2 go to the right-hand side, 3 to the left. Tafiti is back again with yet another sack. That's got to be at least 3 here in the first half. And with that, the Cardinal do call a timeout here, setting up a 3rd and long. Though Utah looking to just run this one, it does open up across the middle. They will rally. And they do have an injury out there as well. Anthony Woods, the running back. So that'll be a timeout there. Cardinal will get the ball. But it was a fantastic punt for the Utes. So back at the 15, want to at least get into field goal range here, though the offense has struggled to move the ball. Taking a shot here for Borden, tipped away. Brown got a little too antsy with that. Throw it in a little bit hotter, and you could get him on the move instead of lofting it downfield for him to try to catch up to. Throw to the outside and tipped away for Bachmeier. And perhaps with that, they'll change their idea here. They bring out Irvin at running back. They follow a block, but he gets wrapped up, and that should be halftime. And indeed, it would be. We just had to have one more sack there for Tafiti. He's just a phenomenal player right now. He is the MVP of this defensive game. Utah's defense has also done just as good of a job, though, of shutting down this offense. The running game has not been there. But as the offense do start the second half here, we'll see what changes Coach Bearington has in store for us. As they start with an RPO, they swing it out to Buck. That'll go as a gain of 3. Is that a sign of the game plan change, or is Coach Bearington just trying to figure out what plays might work here for his offense? As they go back to the RPO, it opens up the running game here. Parrish, he's got the first. Perhaps just giving them that other option they got to keep an eye on might start to open things up here. As they go to McCoy, similar play to what they ran on first down, though that also ran on a first down, just gets 1, 2nd and 9. As they swing it out to Haddad, he gets a block from Bachmeier and picks up a few. So at least a few different play calls there, setting up a 3rd and 4 here. Brown hard count, gets another guy to jump, no call comes in. Haddad gets the grab across the middle. So while they're not getting the call, they're at least making the plays they need to. And also making some calls is Brown getting things set up here for the run. But Irvin swallowed up. Baklenko did not hold that block, and he's supposed to be the top offensive lineman here for the Cardinal. No gain there on first. As they go with the drag here, dropped by Buck. Just continues to be the problem here for the Cardinal. Drops with the receivers. We've seen that since week 0. 3rd and 10 here for Brown. They do send the blitz, and it will hit home. After all the fun plays of the RPOs, it's still a punt. So perhaps like last week, where it was the defense that was the leading scorer here for the Cardinal, they might need some of that. The 1st and 10. It opens up for Mitchell, and this one might be a foot race. Sumlin in pursuit, and I don't know if he's got it. Mitchell takes it, 1 and done. The first big play of this game goes to the Utah Utes offense. And the scoreboard has finally been cracked here in Palo Alto. It's just not your home squad. So coming out here down by 7. Offense starts with a spread look. Under pressure rolling. And Brown trying to find the edge. He will with a gain of 3. Though I'm sure after all that running, you kind of want to have more than just the gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Keeping with a spread look here. Parrish, he takes the handoff. He finds a little bit of a lane, closes quickly around him. With that, the Cardinal already facing another 3rd down here. 3rd and 5. Hard count, no one jumps. Brown will take the snap. He's got Buck once again, this time with a grab. He's going to get to about the 40 before getting pushed out. Well, obviously, we would love a big pop play of our own. Also, just a steady drive to get down to the end zone would work as well. As Borden, he gets the step. Maybe this is that big play, but he can't hold on. He's done a great job this year of making that initial release. It's the catch downfield that seems to keep eluding him. And for Brown, that's really hurting his completion percentage, though he's got Keenan, who I guess tried to catch it with his quads. Most people, you would expect they would try to catch it with their hands. No, not here. 3rd and 10 then, as it's trips to the right-hand side. 1 to the left is Haddad. As again, Brown had to move, but he just gets corralled. So it appears just to be one offensive play still in this one. Unfortunately for the Utah Utes, they maintain that 7-0 lead. Motioning over their tight end. Going back to the run, Ume meets him. Tafiti cleans it up. It was still about 2.5 minutes left here in the 3rd. Plenty of time for hopefully our team to start to rack up some points. As their tight end motions to the left-hand side here, 2nd and 10. They do hand it off Mitchell, as he will burst forward for a 1st down. Perhaps their rushing lane starting to open up a little bit more here as the defense grows tired. Throw out to the flat. Here comes Sumlin chopping out that tight end with a gain of 4. Does bring up a 2nd and 6. About a minute left here in the third. Utah will look to throw, or maybe throw downfield, and breaking that one up. You had Ramos and Cote. Now they just got to get off the field here. 3rd and 6. Time to throw, but big hit comes in. Ball is still out. Eventually, Utah does recover, but it's going to be with a 4th and 28. I believe that was Ume who got the sack fumble. And hopefully, the offense can use some of that momentum, get down the field, and tie this game up. Starting with the screen here to Keenan. He will pick up just 1. Trying to spread out the Utes defense here to open up some plays down the middle, perhaps, with those. As Irvin then goes down the middle for a gain of 3. Well, that sends us inside the 4th quarter where the offense still yet to get a single point on the board. They've got to find a way to do it. But with a 3rd and 6, we start with a crucial down here. Brown back in shotgun. Blitz does come. He's got his tight end McCoy who gets the catch. Turning up, he's down at the 25, getting corralled. Well, there is your big play, setting us up inside the 25. Not even sure if we've been inside the red zone yet today. Spread empty, quick throw out to Buck, and he drops another. Honestly, not even sure if it is the rain. They've dealt with these drops all season long. As Brown goes to scramble, he just gains a yard. Now the Cardinal have a 3rd and 9. Utah does bring a safety down to the right-hand side. Brown may be making a change there to match it. As they do go for the jump ball here, Buck, he catches it off the tip. It's a Cardinal touchdown out of nowhere. We might need to take a second look at that one, but for now, the sophomore tight end struggled to catch it just off of his own hands. He catches it off the defensive man's hands. And here is the replay. It was a high pass from Brown, tipped, and it does end up in his hands. Was the foot out of bounds? As the PAT unit comes out, there is no review. ETN kicks the tying point after 7-7. That totally would be the play that would finally get this team on the board. Just pure shenanigans, just as the whole series has been. Tafiti dropping back in coverage gets the tackle. Oh, it does actually go for a gain of 9, though. So 2nd and 1. As they go with a sweep, Mitchell upended Frausto Ramos. Now can they do it one more time here? 3rd and 1. As they go with a quick swing out and they rally. It is Frausto Ramos, though Trey Williams shaken up on that play. Though as it seems to typically be here, a little bit of positive matching with a little bit of negative there, but the offense does take over at the 45. Montrell Dog, the running back, limbos 2 defenders to pick up 1. Not exactly the way you draw it up, but hey, if it works, it works. As they look to set up the halfback screen here, they do get a block out in front. Baklenko, Parrish gets the first. And it looks like they're downshifting gears here, letting the play clock roll as they do move into plus territory. Parrish, the running back. He takes a handoff down the middle with an open lane and a gain of around 15. Big play there from the Cardinal offensive line. Again, letting that play clock roll. And then taking a sack, they flip it to the tackle in loss. No idea what that was about, but I guess it works out a little bit. They don't lose as many yards, just a loss of 3. All right then. As Irvin then takes the handoff, he bursts through the gap, tried the spin, and instead he rolls over the defender, setting up a 3rd and 1. And as they move that clock inside 3 minutes here, a big down as they come out with a heavy set. Dog, he gets the handoff, and he's got the first and then gets down. Really not much extra on that rush. Got what they needed and took it from there. Letting this play clock roll down around 2. They then snap the ball. Parrish, he looks to get this one to the outside. It was open. He then tries to cut down the middle. It does take us inside the 2-minute warning, however, with a 2nd and 9. As Dog, the running back, he goes to the weak side, and he will pick up a gain of 6. Cardinal again taking their time, and Utah preserving those timeouts. As Brown is making a change here. Doesn't like the initial play call for the setup, and Daly moves, but it looks like it was Holt that drew him off sides. And with that, backs up the Cardinal with a 3rd and 8. Hard count, no one jumps. Brown tried to get it all back. As he's dancing around, he eventually just unloads it. They will have to settle for an ETN field goal attempt. He missed one earlier in this game. To help correct that mistake, he's got to nail this one. Much closer. And he got it. Stanford takes the lead here. It is a 10-7 ball game. Around a minute left. Though the Utes did save all their timeouts for this drive. 107 and now counting. Pass across the middle. They've got about a gain of 9. Have to call the first timeout there. I expect we see mostly passing to finish out this game here for Utah. As Tafiti gets back there, provides a hit. Sayin just unloads it to try to avoid the sack. 3rd and 1, 58 seconds left. We bring the house. Tafiti gets there as well as Fotu. Now we've got a potential 4th and game here for the Cardinal. 48 seconds left. 2 spread either side. Drop back into coverage. They throw across the middle, and he just gets by Richardson. This game is not over yet. Great throw, though, from Sayin under pressure. 1st and 10, just by the 45. Tafiti, he's coming back again, but he's getting the throws out. Got to give that to their quarterback. He's made a lot of big plays under duress in this one. As they only have 1 timeout left, they'll get everyone back to the line, and he will clock it into the grass. 25 seconds left. They need at least a field goal to tie. Coming into this game, their kicker was perfect. He has missed one in this one, and they are down to the 42. Final timeout is called. And they're bringing out the kicker here with 20 seconds left. They could have tried some plays towards the sideline. Instead, it's a big kick, and he nails it. After missing the kick earlier in the game, he just nailed about, that's close to a 60-yarder. An absolutely phenomenal kick there. And now with 16 seconds, our offense comes on out here. We do have 3 timeouts. Try to get into range ourselves. As Brown, he's just going to look to scramble here. He coughs up the ball. We jump on top of it with Parrish. That could have been really bad. Luckily, we avoid that mess. 10 seconds left. Keep an extra blocker back here. As it's chucked downfield for Haddad, but he couldn't hold on to it. Second hit jars it free, but it looks like this one was going to come back either way. And with 3 seconds left, it's the redshirt freshman quarterback Avant coming out here. Maybe he's just got a little bit of the stronger arm at this point of the game. He's letting everyone get well downfield. He unloads it, but that one's only going to make it to about the 15, and it hits the turf. So it will be overtime here in Palo Alto. The defense could not quite get the stop, but it did come with one heck of a kick. We all know the rules at this point. We've been in plenty of OTs. So after both teams struggled offensively to get the ball down this far, they're automatically placed at the 25. Sayin has his tight end in motion to the right-hand side. They will start with a run. Mitchell looks to bounce it, but corralled from the defense. The running game did start to open up for him earlier on in this fourth quarter. Do they find more success with it here? They tried to fake that weak side, and no one gets open. Sayin tosses it to the bench. And a big play here for the Cardinal defense. 3rd and 8. Bunch goes to the left-hand side here. They chip to Feedy. Ume provides the pressure, and the pass is off the mark. So it will be a field goal attempt here. Keating hit that near 60-yarder. I think it was about a 58-yarder. And this one, off the upright, it doinks in. And Utah takes a field goal lead here in overtime. For the Cardinal, they will need a touchdown to win, and it's Avant starting out here at quarterback as he throws. Keenan couldn't squeeze it. Perhaps they were trying to catch the defense off guard, bringing out Avant, who is more of their rushing quarterback. Brown checks in the following play, and Irvin takes the run down the middle, shoving forward for a gain of 5. Now the Cardinal offense will have to match that at least here on third. Hard count, Baklenko moves. Now that will change things here for the Cardinal then. 3rd and 10. Bunch go to the left-hand side, letting things develop across the middle. Gets there late. They had Haddad. But instead, they'll have to settle for a game-tying field goal here for ETN. And a timeout being called. They're trying to ice the kicker here. Don't think it works exactly like it did in Madden. We'll see if ETN can hit to tie this game. He's got it. To overtime 2 we go. This time the Cardinal offense gets to start first. 13-13. Borden goes to the left-hand side, 2 over to the right-hand side, as they've got Bachmeier off his fingertips. His team just doesn't want to score today. Irvin the lone back here. He takes the handoff, looking for the cutback. It was open for a split second. So unfortunately, that was the only second it was open for. 3rd and 10 here. Press coverage on the outside. They cover that one pretty well. Quick pressure. And it is Daly with the sack. ETN will have to come out here and do pretty much exactly what he just did. Once again, they called that timeout, trying to ice the kicker. Can ETN hit it yet again? Lining this one up and sending it through the uprights. Back over to the defense, who will have to get a stop or just force that field goal attempt. 16-13. Defense has not forced a turnover today. Perhaps one here in overtime could be the ceiling factor. Mitchell gets corralled. Obviously, though, both teams do start in field goal range, so really it's got to be a turnover or don't give up a touchdown. Really as simple as that. 2nd and 11. As they go back to Mitchell, he will pick up about 1. So a quick 3rd down here for the Utah Utes. As they go 2 spread to the left, 1 over to the right-hand side. Sayin, the quarterback, chilling back there. Tafiti trying to provide pressure. Defense rallies at the catch. 4th and 1. Field goal unit coming back out here. We might have overtime 3 in Palo Alto. As that kick goes wide right. Cardinal win. Cardinal take down the Utah Utes 2 years in a row. And the kicker that came into this game, perfect, 9 of 9, misses 2, both of which could have eventually been the game winner. Tafiti is your back-to-back player of the game. 5 tackles, 3 sacks. An overall fantastic defensive performance yet again. A miracle touchdown, if we're being honest, in this one with Buck. The only touchdown for us on the day. Mitchell had Utah's one and only. A great defensive battle 2 years in a row. Both go the way of the Cardinal. And it would only be fitting that that game would end with us landing our first recruit of the season. Kiki, I've got to look up the last name. A 5-star backer from Hawaii. We had a few guys visiting. Anyone else commit, we get another 5-star guard in Christian Cisco out of Anaheim, California. We had a couple more visiting. We get a third straight 5-star middle linebacker in Darren Sr., Paris, California, and a 4th, Soma Pua, out of Clovis, California, a 4-star. We are not done celebrating there. Sony Fotu is your Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Week. He had 2 sacks, 5 tackles, 6 TFLs. So tell me how that tackles is only 5. Math not mathing here. Is he also national? It looks like he is. The defensive line has finally shown up here for the Cardinal. The only negative from this week is we did have another recruit decide to go to Oregon, so we will be playing against him at some point in Damon Hamrick. He was a run stopper, but honestly, I'm okay with that because we just got the 5-star in Darren Sr. He was a pass coverage guy, but he also should come with a little bit of run stop ability as his tackle is at an 84. Most of these ratings are at a pretty good spot, so I'm hoping that the block shed isn't that far behind. We have also dramatically grown our lead here for the 5-star corner in Alex Marcotte, as Boise and Washington, they don't have visits until much later, so that commit should hit quickly. We are in a close battle here with Enrique Heath. He visits week 6 as he just had his visit here with Arizona. But if we can pull off this win here against Notre Dame, we have not beat them yet in this series. We had a close one in season 1. We got blown out season 2. They're off to a 1-4 record. So let's come on into this one. It's back at home, Palo Alto. Let's pick up a rivalry win here. Go 4-1 to open the gate. And who knows, maybe with a couple more wins going our way, we might start to get some votes to be in the top 25. So do not miss it. Hit the bear icon on the bottom right or scroll down, hit that sub button, and definitely tap that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Madden 25 on Tuesday, Thursday. 5 total videos every single week as we'll round out the week with a big rivalry matchup.